This is the plaintiff, Marie. She says the defendant, her ex-fiancé, is a thief who stole money out of their joint bank account after she broke things off with him. He took the money out of spite because he's a bitter pill who shouldn't take her niceness as weakness because she's here suing him for every penny of the $5,000 he owes her. This is the defendant, Evans. He says the plaintiff cheated on him with another man, then moved out of the house they shared and stole the water filtration system he paid for. The money he took out of their joint account was his. He called the cops when she confronted him because she gets physical when she's angry. And she has no right suing him here today because everything that happened between them is her fault. He's accused of stealing from an ex. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $4,000 for the stolen water filtration system.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, Marie, you and Evans dated for about 4 years?
Correct.
And during that time, you commingled your funds incessantly. And now you would like me to figure it all out for you, clean up your mess, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened?
So basically last year, beginning of January, we entered into a contract for an unlimited vacation club.
And what exactly is it?
It's kind of like a timeshare. So you basically are allowed to go on.
Who's we?
Me and the defendant.
You added, both of your names were on it?
Yes, we were both on the contract.
Okay, and what was supposed to happen in the event that you guys broke up?
Your Honor, we didn't think that far ahead.
Exactly. Nobody thinks that far ahead.
Right.
And supposedly, according to you, you were paying all the down payment stuff, right?
Correct,
But
Your
you were
Honor.
paying it for the both of you, weren't you? Because you
Yes.
put his name on it. All right, so go on.
So at that time, a part of the contract, I had to put about $6,000 down, in which I did, and I put that on a credit card, which at the time, the defendant didn't have monies to pay me back on. So I believe we had into June.
When you say didn't have monies to pay you back on, you never were saying, hey, you got to pay this back to me. That wasn't part of it. According to you, your relationship, let me use your phrase, I pretty much financed our relationship. I made 6 figures as a loan officer, and he was working at Walgreens.
Correct.
All right. So there was never an expectation that he would pay you back. There was no loan. It was just 2 people, you're in a committed relationship, and you're paying for stuff.
Correct. I mean,
Right.
but the idea was for him to help me along the way as, you know, we continued to make the payments, which never happened. So we had about into June, July to start the payment arrangements. And then that's when I started seeking loan options, in which I did. I found one with the lending club, and he was...
Okay, but all right, you were trying to pay off the unlimited club membership you'd bought all at once because they were offering you a deal that if you did that, they'd give you 3 weeks free.
2 weeks free.
Or
correct.
2 weeks free somewhere.
Yes.
So that was just too good to pass up. So now you're borrowing from someone else to pay that loan so that you could pay it off because that could work. This shell game could work very well if you don't break up. If you break up, then it becomes a little complicated. So you borrowed money at, what is it called, Lending Club?
Yes, lending club, yes.
And is that loan in both of your names?
That is in my name solely.
Who's the person with you?
My sister.
Did you tell her you're an idiot?
I haven't had the chance.
You haven't had the chance? Now's good. No, okay. Never mind, I'll take care of that. All right, honey. You're not alone. I mean, it's just unwise. It's so unwise.
So took out this loan, started making the payment arrangements. He agreed. He had this case that was happening that once he gets the case, he will then contribute to...
A settlement in a lawsuit?
Correct,
All right.
yes. That he will contribute to paying down on the lending club. When that did arrive, I actually took $10,000 of it and put it into a joint account, savings account that we entered into. And at that point, we were having a lot of fights.
Okay, so hold on, slow down.
Okay.
There was a settlement. How much was the settlement?
Over $30,000.
All right, and that 30 then got shelled out to a bunch of different things. Tell me where it went.
It went to her credit card. It went to my credit card.
How much for her credit card?
$8,000.
How much for your credit card?
Probably $1,500 or $2,000.
All right, and then where else did the money go?
It also went to a water filter.
system?
Yes.
And that cost how much?
Approximately $4,000.
And that's the subject of your counterclaim?
Yes.
All right, and where else did it go?
Basically, we just, I spent it on laptops, we bought glasses.
Okay, and then the rest of it, what was left over was a $10,305?
Yes.
And that was placed in your joint account with her?
Yes.
Okay,
And,
so go on, I'm
and
sorry.
that was meant for emergency funds, because we were together, and
Why would that be for emergency funds as opposed to for this loan?
we never did it for the loan.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is this half yours or isn't it?
No, it's not half. Well, when she cheated, it's not half hers anymore. It's mine, because you decided to step out.
Wait. It's in both your names.
Yes.
It starts off half hers, half yours.
Yes.
All right, so I'm asking you, is it half hers, half yours or not? Or she cheated, so she needs to be dead? I mean, that's, that happens. Did you cheat on him?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so it happens, it's horrible, it's painful, but I'm here about the contract situation, not about whether she's a good person or a bad person. You're not the first person to go through this, you won't be the last. Hopefully it's the last time in your life that you'll go through this. However, is this, what did we call this, a timeshare thing that you guys are, is it half yours and half hers, yes or no?
Yes, it is.
If it is, which is awkward, if it is, then how do you figure that you don't have to pay for half of it? Because Lord knows you did take that vacation, didn't you?
Yes, I took
Right,
it.
so in fact, you guys break up when?
We broke up around December, the ending of December, I would say.
Okay, and you find out about the other guy when?
The end of December, the same day.
Is that how you broke up? Because you
Yeah.
found out? How'd you
And-
find out?
She told me.
So you find that out, and then you take a trip to Cancun?
No, we were supposed to have a trip together.
Is that accurate? Was there a trip already scheduled?
Yes.
Okay, so you went ahead and took the trip.
I took the trip
Good
solo.
for you.
Yeah.
All right, how long was the trip?
It was a week.
Did you take anybody?
No.
Just
solo.
went alone and
Yeah, solo.
decompressed and
Yes.
good. Was it good for the soul?
Yes, good for the soul.
All right. So now, how many weeks free had you finagled on the timeshare when you paid it off? It was 3 weeks free or 1 week free?
It was 2 weeks free, but for that specific resort he went to, it exhausted the full 2 weeks. They
Why?
consider
Oh,
that to
because
be
it's a
two.
nicer one.
Correct.
But that's the one you guys had planned.
No, he went to a singles resort.
Oh, good for him. All right. So he used up the 2 weeks. That's what he did.
Yes.
All right. Did you meet anybody?
No.
Lots of people?
We meet. I mean, I met lots of people, but
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So now you've chosen to come to court, and rather than go to a higher court and sue for the $10,000, which was an option, you preferred to come to small claims where you're capped at the $5,000.
Correct, yes. The reason I did that is because I did seek a legal advice, and he said it's going to cost
you more
$5,000.
with the lawyer.
Correct, yes.
And then you are counterclaiming against her the water filtration system, which she apparently took all of.
Yeah, all of it.
Why did you take the water filtration system?
I took the water system because that was something that he did not care about. When I took
Well,
the,
he cares about it now, doesn't he? Because he's counterclaiming on it.
So, Your Honor, when I did leave, I did give him back everything that he bought me. I gave him back his $4,000 engagement ring. I let him keep the $3,000 chain that he wears on his neck. So I try to make sure that I left right because I decided to leave the relationship. I get that.
Just so you know, a gift you gave him, he doesn't have to give you back.
Correct.
But a gift he gives you in contemplation of marriage, if the marriage doesn't take place, by law, you do have to give back. So you did exactly what you had to do and nothing more. I mean, I know you're trying to explain to me that you were
Right.
trying to
Yeah.
lower the stress level and the animosity, but
Right.
we're in this like pickle because you guys are acting like an old married couple when you're not, and commingling your funds when you're not married, and so now what? So you put his name on it, even though you're paying the initial stuff because you're paying it for both of you, and now there's this loan out there that's only in your name, but I want half of that. Half of that's mine, and I get to enjoy it. How are you guys gonna work this out in the future? How are you going to do this? What's your plan? What's your master plan? How are you two who have broken up under bad circumstances going to end up sharing a timeshare?
Just respect each other's wishes, I guess.
Really? And so you don't have children together, but you have to have constant contact for the rest of your lives for the timeshare, right? You have to actually take turns and stuff. Like, how are you going to do this?
I do not know.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So it was ugly when they broke up. Can they still have a timeshare together?
Absolutely not.
Why?
There's no contractual obligation to them.
Well, they do have a contractual obligation. Should they sell it, one buy the other out? Can they coexist with the timeshare?
I don't think so.
No, too
Why?
complicated. Too complicated. No, one gets the timeshare, one gets something else.
Okay, so here's my question. When two people break up, is it possible that once they're done, they can actually get along better?
No.
I disagree.
I thought it was a really good question, and you hesitated, so I'm going to take credit for this going inside the courtroom.
I think that the way we should resolve this is that you should sign over the timeshare to her. She's going to be making the payments, or otherwise you're going to be making the payments too. It doesn't make any sense to continue to have you two enlaced in this. You've already taken the 2 weeks, so you got your, you got yours. I think the best way for the two of you going forward is to settle everything now with you signing over the rights to the timeshare. Then what do you get out of it? You don't have to pay anything. You give up the filtration thing, which you don't care about anyway. And you got your 2 weeks. And if something goes into default, she could ruin your credit. If she decides, I'm just not going to pay it, I'm not going to pay anything anymore on that, then your credit goes in it. So there's so much that's, enlaced here that's complicated. What do you get out of it? You then have the timeshare just in your name, and you pay for the timeshare just in your name. You want to think about it a little bit?
I care about the water filter.
Your Honor, if I could get the $5,000 that I'm requesting, I will give him the water machine because this is a lot of debt. So that's all I'm seeking today.
Okay. Well, then that's what I'm going to do, if that's how you want to do it. I'm going to order you to return the water filtration system to him. That resolves his counterclaim against you. And I'm going to order him to pay $5,000, which is the statutory maximum, and it's what you're asking for.
Thank you.
But you guys are going to have a lot of problems in the future that I won't be a part of. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Well, the plaintiff gets $5,000, and you, Mr. Evans, get back the water filter system. But you're still involved in the timeshare. And you two are going to have to work it out. What are you going to do? How are you feeling? How'd you respond when she told you about the other guy?
I was hurt. No, but that's what she is, so she hurts people, so that's what I gotta live with.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You must sign a few documents. And here comes Marie. Was it hard for you to tell him about the other guy?
Yeah, it was hard because, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and it was 4 years invested, but I believe that you shouldn't waste people's time, so I told him right away.
Well, maybe that's the best thing to do, especially if you had made up your mind. What about this sharing the timeshare thing? You still got to make these payments, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a mistake that's going to cost me, but at the end of the day, it's a lesson that's learned.
Okay. Well, good luck to you. All
Thank
right?
you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I mean, this was actually a really interesting decision because rather than just laying down the law and saying it's going to be this way or this way, what the judge did is the judge helped them reach an agreement that is probably more satisfactory to both of them. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.